What's up, Conroe High? Today is Tuesday, February 21st. I'm Gio.
And I'm Orion. In today's show, we'll be talking about a Supreme Court case that could impact free speech online and what critics have to say about Ant-Man and the Wasp: Quantamania.
So stay tuned for today's episode of Total Recap. The Supreme Court will hear arguments on Tuesday in a potentially groundbreaking case with the chance to alter the key law that has been keeping the internet an open place that encourages free speech. The case is known as Gonzalez versus Google, brought by the family of an American who died in 2015 due to a terrorist attack in Paris, saying that Google and its subsidiary, YouTube, did not do enough to stop ISIS promoting and recruiting videos on their sites, which they argue is a violation of the Anti-Terrorism Act. In the lower courts, Google had won by Section 230 of the Communications Decency Act, which shields its liability from what its users post on its platform. That's some serious news.
On a lighter note, Marvel's Ant-Man and the Wasp: Quantumania has been sitting at a 47% with critics for its Rotten Tomatoes score, being a lower rating with even test audiences. It's just become one of the 5 MCU films to not even receive an A- from the Poll of Cinema score. It reached the same grade as Eternals, a score of B, the lowest for any of the MCU films yet. It began to run on Thursday with $17.5 million, which was $6 million higher than Ant-Man and the Wasp, and is the 12th best preview start for an MCU film. So far, however, it's been doing well enough to fill the metaphorical glass, just enough to keep it out of the red in the MCU's ledger.
We will now take you to a quick commercial break.
Hello, Conroe. I'm Andrew here with your weather today. Today will be sunny with a high of 79 and a low of 67. And tomorrow is looking cloudy with a high of 84 and a low of 65. And Thursday, the high will be 67 and the low of 66. Friday is going to be cloudy with a high of 78 and a low of 65. And look out for Saturday with a high of 82 and a low of 66. And the fun fact of the day, during World War II, bacon fat was used to create explosives. Now, let's take a look at our Teacher of the Week and our Animation Spotlight.
We wanted to give a big congratulations to Mrs. Howland for winning Teacher of the Week. We have some questions for you. Did you always want to be a teacher?
I think for a while I wanted to be a teacher. I tried to go into finance and did banking for a little bit, but it just wasn't for me. So I immediately went back and did a second master's to teach.
Did you ever have a favorite teacher?
I did. My second grade teacher was probably my favorite teacher, and it has to do more with I had some pretty tragic things happen to me during second grade, and over the summer, I spent the summer in the hospital, and my second grade teacher took most of her time, like multiple times a week, just to come and see me and visit me when I was in the hospital, and that relationship with her made me want to show that kind of care to other people.
Sounds like a great teacher. I wish I had her as a teacher. Now, did you ever have a favorite moment while teaching?
I have so many favorite moments. It really just depends year to year. It's always about the relationships that I make with my students and the connections that I make with them, the aha moments that happen in and out of the classroom. So I can't say like one definite favorite, but it always seems like every year I have moments in teaching where I've built a rapport with a student to where I can't even describe it. It just, we click and I watch them learn and grow, not only as a student, but as a person as well.
We're here with the student that nominated Mrs. Howland for Teacher of the Week. Would you like to introduce yourself?
Hi, my name's Angelica Lucaria Kiris.
Well, hi. We've got a few questions for you. Are you fine with that?
Yeah, I'm fine with that.
Okay, question number 1. What makes Mrs. Howland so special to you?
What makes Miss Howland so special to me is that no matter what class I'm having trouble in, she's always there to help. Any class, it could be any subject. Like, I'm a junior now and I had her sophomore year, and I go to her for Algebra 2 help all the time, and she always helps me.
She sounds like a great teacher. Well, what would you say is one of your favorite memories with her?
One of my favorite memories with her was one day I'd fallen asleep during a test, and she'd woken me up and said, You good? You good? And I was like, no, can I stay after school? And I stayed after school with her, and we took the test together, and we did a bunch of Snapchat filters, and she's super funny because she went along with it.
Again, sounds like a very great teacher to have. Well, finally, what is something you would like to say to Mrs. Howland?
I would just like to say I'm super grateful for her. Like, there's not many teachers have touched my heart as much as she has. She's done such an amazing job with me, and honestly, 10 out of 10 out of all teachers I've ever had. She's funny, she's awesome, she's someone you could talk to anytime. She's that girl. You know what I mean? She's that girl.
Finally, what would you like to say to all of your students watching?
Just that I love you all. I am proud of all the progress that you've made. And you know that once you're my kids, whether it's this year or another year, that you are always my kid and you can come back and get help or just come say hi anytime.
Now again, big congratulations to her for winning Teacher of the Week. Now, let's take it back to the studio.
Since this month is CTE month, we wanted to highlight our animation program here at CHS. This course will offer students a complete understanding of the history and evolution of animation. During this course, we will explore traditional forms of animation and focus on computer-generated 3D animation.
We learned how to use the Maya software for 3D modeling and animation. We also learned the 12 principles of animation, like timing and squats and stretch and a bunch of others.
This project-based course will allow students to combine both art and technology into a unique medium, which will grant them the opportunity to express themselves in a new way. What kind of careers can you pursue in what you learned in class? Like, what can you pursue with the skills that you have?
Animation, like for movies, shows. You can also pursue like a career for video games and whatnot.
Yeah, like Pixar?
Pixar, and almost any kind of game studio that relies on 3D animation.
Whether they are planning a career in 3D animation or looking to improve their technology skills, this course will develop their aptitude to be successful in any career choice. If you are interested, make sure to include animation in your course request for the next school year. Now let's take a look at all the things happening here at CHS and our Staff of the Month.
What's the deal? What's the deal, man?
Hey, man, look, that wasn't very nice, okay?
I don't care what's nice to you. You look like a discount check.
You look like an off-brand Top Gun.
Is that how it is?
Yes, it is how it is. There's a fight. Go, fight. Oh, he just got knocked out. Oh, man, he can't die.
Ow!
Bro.
Does this look familiar to you? Unfortunately, I know it does. Don't be like these losers here. If you see a fight going on, go and get a teacher instead of your camera.
Don't just watch, don't just record. Get some help.
What's up, Connor? I'm here with Kevin to congratulate him on winning this month's Staff of the Month. So we're just going to start off. If you could introduce yourself, your grade, and what you do for KTIG.
My name is Kevin Zamudio. I am a senior, and I am the producer for The Roy Show.
And how long have you been on KTIG?
I've been on KTIG for about 2 years now.
And in your opinion, what is the best part about being in KTIG?
The best part about being KTIG for me, because my job allows me to create shows, putting in the shows together and seeing how the end product is like really probably my best part of my job, and I really enjoy doing it.
And did you find anything difficult about the class?
The only thing difficult I've really found about the class is when I've had to create some stories from time to time. I don't know why, but I've always found creating stories to be one of the most difficult things to do. Probably easier for some other people, but hard for me.
Yeah. And what is the funniest memory you have from KTIG?
The funniest memory I have from KTIG is probably when we went to go shoot Roy goes to water polo because Roy doesn't know how to swim, and we had to actually stop by a store and go buy floaties for him. And then second to that is Travis here losing KC.
Allegedly. And what's something that you think other students should know about the class?
Something that other students should know about the class is that this class is technically really easy. It's really not that much work you have to do. If you're just a crew member, yes, you have some extra work to do if you're a producer. But if you stay consistent with your work, it's really quite an easy job to do.
And what's something you'll always remember from being in KTIG?
Definitely being the producer for The Roy Show. I've gone to talk to some amazing people. I've had some amazing interviews, and even my favorite I've done so far is the one with Michael Epide, which was the guy who created the new Predator and the Prey movie. I'll always remember that interview because it was amazing and I loved it.
And is there anything you'd like to say to anyone that might be debating joining KTIG?
If you're wanting to join KTIG, I say come and go for it. Just be prepared because this class is a career class, so getting out of it is going to be quite hard for some of y'all who just want to drop the class entirely. But for those of y'all who are interested in like film, broadcasting and stuff like that, I really do recommend just coming on and doing it because it is a lot of fun. I've enjoyed it from my time being here, and I really do think others should give it a try.
All right, well, thank you. Congratulations.
Thank you.
Before we go today, we wanted to say a big congrats to all the students who competed in Skills USA this past week, and another big congrats to all the students who are moving on to state competition at the beginning of April.
Make sure you tune into all of our upcoming shows. Tomorrow we have another episode of Total Recap, and we'll be off the air Thursday and Friday. But then we'll be back on Monday of next week with our first ever Polo Talk.
Also, CHS, remember to walk and talk and stay to the right.
Well, those are the announcements that we have for today. Don't forget to follow us on all social media at KTG News.
As always, CHS, start strong, finish strong. Make sure to stay tuned to our YouTube channel for more KTIG news coming soon.